All right. Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kareem over there, Brandman Brandon over there, and Brian the Grizzly. And we are going to talk about the new movie over the weekend with the man, the legend, Denzel Washington. Equalizer 3 just came out. So we're going to get into our ratings at the end. We're going to get to some of the bad stuff and some of the good stuff. Before we do that, Brian's got a quick breakdown of what this movie's about.
All right. Robert McCall, Denzel Washington, a man of mysterious origin who believes he has been put the past behind him, dedicates himself to creating a quiet new life. However, when he meets Terry, a teenager who, that's the first originator. This is the first one. Yeah. I'm like, no, that's not it. I've seen this one. I've been here. Do this one more time. All right. There you go. Since giving up his life as a government assassin, Robert McCall finds solace in serving justice on the behalf of the oppressed. Now, living in southern Italy, he soon discovers his new friends are under the control of a local crime boss. As events turn deadly, McCall becomes their protector by taking on the entire mafia. That's what he did. He literally took on all the mafia.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yeah. He didn't sweat not one time. I don't know if y'all know about Southern Italy. It's hot. He's not sweating not one time. He's like, cool. Funny. He's just like the old man that always has a handkerchief. Ready to go.
Oh, there was a part he was like wiping his head down, but it was rainy. It wasn't because
it was raining. Exactly.
It was different. So we're gonna start off with some of the good stuff that we liked about this movie. Brandon, what you got?
Well, I think the one thing that goes without saying is you can always count on Denzel to bring his A game, and it was no different here. I thought that it really hit the ground running. I really liked the opening scene. I liked where they went with the character of McCall. This, it was very much, this was touted as the final chapter. They made that pretty apparent throughout. I liked the change of scenery. It was something that was kind of unexpected when I heard they were making a third movie. From them going it.
It was beautiful though. It really was beautiful.
Going to Italy was a pretty cool idea, I thought. And I liked some of the supporting characters. I liked some more. I liked that it was a little more smaller and to an extent more subtle than than the first two. So those were probably my favorite things about it.
Yeah. Okay. Brian, what you got?
I love the beginning with with Denzel, with Robert McCall thinking he's cool. He's trying not to kill kids because that's not what he's about. And the kid's the one who shoots him in the chest. That's awesome. It's like, don't trust those kids. Like he had a shotgun and he held it real good. Like he knew exactly what he was doing. He aimed and then somehow he's able to get all the way back across the river, like across the Mediterranean Sea to where he was going and drive up the hill. Like it just stops driving like halfway through. I'm like, dude, how did you do that? That was ridiculous. So that's the first thing. I liked a lot of the people that were the secondary characters like Enzo and Angelo and what's her name? Amina. Like all those people were really cool, and seeing him being able to settle in a different type of area was so cool. And them warming up to him and Denzel still being able to pull Amina. I was like, dude, like how? But then he just like, I got the Denzel smile and I got this. I'm gonna start folding my napkin 4 times and see how that works. Like the game he had was amazing, and he's not like I've seen old men beat up younger guys before, but like Steven Seagal, like it's always like he's being a dick doing all this stuff. Denzel is doing it; he's being nice about it. He's like shoot him in the face, but it was so graphic. This is more graphic than I've ever seen an Equalizer before. Like I've seen, like you literally see the knife pop out of his chest. You literally see the eyeball. You see the hatchet inside the brain. You see the brain oozing out. It is so ridiculous. The stuff that he was doing, it was nuts. And I enjoyed all of it. I enjoyed the world that was there. So, and then of course, the Denzel and Dakota Fanning together
Reunion.
just brings so many
Mm-hmm.
great feelings, and I thought that was awesome. So yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, even the way they tied her into it was pretty awesome too.
Yeah,
you know, 'cause you would
Sure
have to
was.
watch number 2, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, it was-
but they didn't tell you that to the end,
yeah,
which is really
yeah.
cool. Like,
Yeah.
why does he care so much? Oh, she would basically be his goddaughter if it was anything else. If his mother could tell about this secret assassin who loves everything about him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so right off the bat, like you guys said, that intro scene was awesome. It's like the best way to show an action film without showing the action. Like I just thought it was really interesting because like it's just all these bodies and bloody bodies everywhere, and then it gets to him just wiping his hands off, you know, in some room with a gun pointing to his head, and I was just like, oh, that's really like.
Didn't he say
interesting,
he whispered like too close? He just whispered it like he already knew.
Yeah, something like that. But I remember like him telling me, he goes, oh, this man on my left, like his fingers, blah blah blah. So the two guys on my right, they're already dead. I was like,
yeah.
What? And then as soon as he said that, he's like, you got 7 seconds, and then boom, 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 and I was like, what? And then the whole freaking gun through the eyeball thing, and then
he's looking through the hole, like he's still shooting through.
Man, that was like, I think it's really good because obviously Denzel's a little bit older, so he and probably he's obviously like one of the greatest actors ever. So he's like the John Wick without me falling down, 100 million stairs, and they're like, got it, So they gave him all the.
If it wasn't for the kid, he wouldn't have had a scratch on him. If it wasn't for the kid, nothing else would have happened.
But I mean, it just shows how this character is. Robert McCall, what his name is. How he is just like he didn't even. He's like, oh, I let him go free, so yeah, he's good. But then he turns around and gets shot in the back. But it's also kind of like goes to the story is where he's like, I wasn't even supposed to be here. But I'm here now, and I really like this place, so leave it alone.
And he gives them warnings. He's like, look, fine, happenstance, you guys would have been good. I would never have been here. You guys could continue your little enterprise, and everything would have been okay. Unfortunately for you, I am here.
And I like it. That's what he said. I like it here.
I don't like what you're doing to my new friends, and I'm trying to give you beep. This many seconds.
So. It's just the scene
in the dinner
after some stuff. The dinner scene was the best because the guys come in and still harass somebody that they've been harassing, a villager, and then it cuts over to Denzel, and he's just sitting there, got his the crooked lip, got the crooked lip, and just dead eye staring. I'm like, oh shit, man, because that's I don't know, like being a badass without like overdoing the action. I thought was the perfect way to do something like this, not only for Denzel but for this character and for the movie. It just made sense because when he did the action, it was some of the best action like I've seen on screen in a while. Like one of my favorite parts is at the very, very end. Spoiler if you haven't watched it yet. He the Don or whatever, the mafia king guy, and when he does stuff to him and he like lets him out and he just follows him. That's the most menacing thing ever.
So cold. I was like, you just Jason him, bro. He's running around and
he's crawling and dragging himself.
He told him you have 7 minutes left to live, basically, and let him just go. He just followed him all around like that.
And it just he's in a trench coat and it just felt like he was death at that point, and I love that metaphor of it. It was rainy and he's freaking out. He gets hit by a car and it's like, what's gonna kill this guy? And then finally, and he just follows him. He doesn't do anything, doesn't stop anybody. It just follows him. And it reminded me of like death. Like if he had a sickle walking around, like makes sense. Because he's literally following him, waiting to die. And it was like
sweet justice though, because he died off his own drug.
Yeah.
The drug that you introduced, you're gonna die from that. And I'm not gonna be the one who kills you. I killed everybody else. I'm not gonna kill you.
Yeah.
You died for your own thing.
Yeah. Didn't he say that? He goes, you have 7 minutes and you have 7 minutes to figure out if the drug is going to kill you or if the blood is going to kill you. And the blood is like from whatever he did to him.
Yep.
Something along those lines. But
something to that effect, yeah.
Yeah, right. So, but yeah, just the following and the menacing. That was just so. It was so scary because everything's dark and it's just he's in the shadows and oh man, that was hands down one of my favorites. Oh man,
yeah, stop what we're doing.
We got a super chat $4.99.
Holy shit, that is crazy good.
That was gonna be
Bonkers.
I forgot about that. Oh, appreciate the donation through the
Thank
super
you.
chat. So yeah, movie time minute. Said all jokes aside, I love watching you guys. Keep up the great work. You guys are inspiration to I know at least a few of us here. Man, no, like man, that's gonna make me cry a little bit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
honestly,
no,
guys, it's the community that we're trying to build. That's the type of thing that we really, really want.
Absolutely.
Just giving you guys a platform too, and for us to have something to talk to you guys about, and just having a great time. Between us and Zach and See For Yourself, and I hope, just everybody, just love all you guys coming in and and just talking and us having this conversation. So I really appreciate you guys even coming in and let's having these conversations. So
yeah. So
that's part of my day.
Yeah, we appreciate all you guys. Like I love coming here and talking, amongst the three of us about something, and then chat with you guys. And it's definitely a great community, and it showed in Zach's chat the other day.
Oh, that was so fun.
It was such a fun time, and I want to see that on everyone. I want to see Jason do it. See For Yourself, movie time in. I want to see like all you guys like have streams like that where it was so much fun for everybody.
Exactly. And we should build each other up and be there for each other. So that's why I think that was so cool.
So, yeah, the inspiration is you guys is for us too. Like you guys making these videos. See For Yourself, amazing edits, like amazing edits, amazing videos. Movie time minute. If you haven't followed him, go check out movie time minute. Cineview.
Cineview. I love all of you guys. Preston when he's in here.
So if we're inspiration to you guys are definitely inspiration for all of us. And
absolutely
motivation too. So thank you, Movie Time Minute. Appreciate it. Go check him out. Anybody watching live right now, go check him out. He's I believe you're part of the the movie tubers, right? I think it's Movie Time Minute, Screen Zen, Ken, See For Yourself, and I don't know who that fourth person is. Is it Zach or is it Jason? I could be wrong. I gotta double check that. But but all those guys are great. Love you guys. So appreciate it.
All right, let's do the bad for this part for the Equalizer 3.
Yeah, we want to Brandon. Have you start off?
There were parts where it dragged kind of here and there. I think after the opening sequence, maybe after the it seemed like every 10-15 minutes of the movie it just kind of dragged from time to time. It just kind of some of the plot, it just kind of felt like you were kind of like waiting for something to happen, and I think even the movie itself, if this makes sense, was waiting for something to happen at times. So just kind of some of the pacing was a little off to me from time to time. The Dakota Fanning character was fine, but I think that her superior, or like the additional officer, I think like the character that David Denman played, he just seemed kind of to be like an obligatory character who was investigating this stuff too. I understand why you would need a character like that, but at the same time, he was such a non-presence that you could kind of cut his scenes and not really miss anything. I think that the it kind of did an injustice to the character of McCall, because he just seemed kind of so pretty passive throughout the movie. Like he
but that makes sense in his character development.
Wait, hang on, and just kind of waiting for something to kind of happen, which kind of goes hand in hand with what I was saying a couple seconds ago. But at the same time, I do kind of get why they were trying to go for that, because he was trying to live a peaceful life at this point in time. So I kind of got it, but at the same time, it kind of dragged. It kind of made the movie drag from time to time.
Yeah, I can
I'd
see
say
that.
those are mine.
Okay, Brian.
Honestly, my only complaint would be that wash, rinse, repeat. It's a different setting. That's my only real complaint. I mean, I know it's not even a complaint, because no matter what, I enjoyed it. I like what's going on. I like the whole Washington cycle. I liked it. I understand. I understood it. I understand that he's the best assassin of all time. Like, he's it. He's so cold that, like, he's killed and seen everything that could be in front of him. He's trying to. I think that the thing that stuck with me with this movie was the idea was when Enzo, the doctor, asked him, "Are you a good man or a bad man?" And no matter he was going through, he just got shot. He's being patched up. He said, "I don't know." And then Enzo tells him later, like, anyone who says "I don't know" is a good man that's trying to always be better. And I thought that was the whole point of the movie, that he doesn't go out there searching for these things, but when he's there, he can't help but, be there in the moment and take care of the things that he sees in the moment. I mean, the whole point of him even being there was to get someone else's life savings, to give back. So that I just, that's who he is as a character. So that's why I don't mind it. The wash, rinse, repeat, but it still is wash, rinse, repeat, no matter what it is. If that's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's the same story over and over again with different characters in it.
Yeah,
that's just what it. But I guess it's his life, and the way that Fuqua kind of talks about it. So this is just his life. This is what it is. So I mean, and people are going to go watch it because he could do Equalizer 4, and I'll be there with my ticket like this, even though Denzel said he doesn't really want to do it. So I will do it though. I will be there with my ticket still ready to go.
Yeah. I hope this is the end of it, because it is, I do agree with that. So it's just the same thing rehashed, different location. But the location was awesome. It fit the story, but it is very, very repetitive, and I kind of agree with Brandon too. There were times when they were trying to push the story forward that it got not boring, but just kind of like, okay, like, I want to see him kill again. Like, I want to see something else happen. So it didn't ruin the movie, and it's also a nitpick, definitely a nitpick. It's not like a horrible thing, but the parts that were like, they were trying to like set up the little twist, with what's her name at the end, and stuff like that. It was like, let's go. Like, I get it. Okay, yeah. Bad guys. Let's kill them. It's like.
But you can't go much faster because it was already only an hour and 49 minutes.
Yeah, no,
it's not like it was a lot of stuff that they were sitting away. We're like waiting. It wasn't really waiting that much, guys. It was only for an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah, it was just like the whole church scene, like when he ran up to the hill, that whole thing. I'm like, okay, I get it.
Unnecessary, almost
a little unnecessary. That could have been a phone call. Literally a 30-second scene in between something. But like I said, it's also a nitpick, but there were parts where I was like, when is he gonna kill somebody again? I want to see a dead body again. Like, let's kill some more, but yeah.
As much as I enjoy the Dakota Denzel like reunion, I know Brandon said about David Denman. I almost feel like Dakota Fanning's entire character was not needed at all. Like, it was only there to try to put a lot. That's why I thought like maybe it would be another movie, but Denzel said he doesn't want to do this anymore. It's too much action. He's 68 years old. But she was unnecessary in the entire story.
Yeah.
I mean, besides her getting blown up, nothing else happened with her. There's nothing. And she was his delivery system to getting the other guy his money. That is it.
Yeah. But you could have easily found a different reason or how that could have happened. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That whole scene, the whole storyline with her, it was just kind of You know, like you could have got the CIA involved and just had it be what's his name, David Denman. You could have had it been just him. You know, you didn't have to have him and Dakota Fanning together.
Or,
You know,
or
like
just
it's also a
those
nitpick.
two,
It
those
wasn't
two characters
horrible.
could have been one. And
Yeah,
then you know
exactly.
what? And then it would have been really cool if
Exactly.
David Denman was there to find out he was working for the mafia.
Mhm.
So it wasn't just Denzel against the mafia, it's Denzel against the mafia and the CIA.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Which that would have been cool, but also I think that could have set up another one. So if you don't want to set up another one, then you just let the bad guys be the bad guys, you know, and then you beat the bad guys, you win, the game's over, and he's happy. You know, and I think the way it ended was good. I would not say I don't want to say lackluster because it really wasn't lackluster. It was just like it just like slowly faded, and you're like, okay, now we're done. You know, it went from this peak stuff of him being death in the alley streets, you know, like this slowly following guy to like, and you know, here's my black book, and I'm done. You know, and it's just like just a very slow fade out. You know, with it. You know, it seemed kind of fitting for the character, but it also was like, you know, I don't know. I don't think I wanted like a Blaze of Glory type of thing where like he goes in and gets shot up, but he kills everybody. I don't think that would have been good. But yeah, you know,
But he wouldn't. But McCall wouldn't have
he would
killed.
have never done that. Yeah,
He would have figured out a way to get everyone outside and kill them individually.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what you know we did. You know, so yeah, so like you know, but the ending was just like it just happened. It didn't feel like a triumphant ending. You know, like it was a good ending, but it wasn't like a good like damn that was a good ending. You know, but everything else makes up for it. But yeah, that's about it for me. Not like I said, they're all nitpicks. They're nothing that I hated. You know, just like some stuff where I'm like, you know, definitely the rinse and repeat. You know, for Equalizer. You know, all three of them, and then there's some downtimes where you're like, okay, I want to see guns through eyeballs again. Like, do that again. Less Dakota Fanning, more bloody, blown up heads.
I love the idea of him in the town and understanding, you know, why he's falling in love with this town and being in Sicily and just seeing those things. I love that. And him, you know, him with Amina, him with, you know, the Dr. Enzo, understanding Angelo and the family aspect of it. All of that meant a lot to me. And he was trying his best to not be the guy to go kill everybody else. He was trying, and you see him trying. I enjoyed that part of it. But there are other parts where, like as I said, with the Dakota Fanning thing, the having to add that into trying to make them all fit, all the movies fit. I understand. I understand that not needing to be there.
Yeah, it was just like we need to have Dakota Fanning in here somehow to tie everything together and also tie into another
Creasy
movie.
Bear. I was like Creasy Bear. Like,
just have that call back to Man on Fire.
No matter what.
Yeah. So here, before we get into our ratings, Jason Entertainment got some stuff. So he said, I like Equalizer 3. Nothing too crazy, but enjoyable. I think the first act is a lot of explosions and setting up the atmosphere for the confrontation to come, which, yeah. Also, when I feel like that the people will criticize that, but I feel that the worst was worth it in the end. Yeah, I think they really stuck the landing, and the building felt so earned at the end. You know what? That is true. It felt so earned. Every kill, everything that happened was earned. You know, and I think you tend to forget about stuff like that when you're like things happen just to happen. Where like no, things need to happen because they need to happen because they set it up and like you said, it earned. Yeah, that's definitely the way to put it. Action was good. Ending was so satisfying. I do hope that it's the end because I think there's not really much to do forward unless they repeat the same formula, which would suck a little. Which is what we've been saying. Yeah, and so I love the cinematography and the visuals. Yeah, those shots in Sicily were gorgeous.
So that's funny. It's a funny story. You know, they talked about a few quotes said that those steps to the church. There's 700 steps to the church. So when they had to take all the equipment up, there's no donkeys, no nothing. You have to walk up the damn 700 steps. That's the only way up and the only way down is 700 steps.
I bet
And
you
he
after this, Denzel's like, yeah, I'm done.
That's what Denzel already said he's done. But I should read the Variety the E Weekly report about it. But yeah, he said it's 700 steps up, 700 steps down. There's no donkeys. You have to carry it out. And he said all the equipment people were throwing up halfway up the stairs. Not all the equipment people are built like Brandon that's walking up the stairs like no problem. They're built like me and Tank. And still step 400 like and then as soon as you get down to the top, gotta go back down. I'm like, look, you better have like a little pole for me to go down. There's DuckTales or something like that. I can't be just walking up these stairs like that.
Just sit on a film reel and slide down. Like, yeah, that is crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I guess to get that one shot because where he's walking up the stairs to the thing. I mean, it was a gorgeous shot, and stuff like that. But now knowing that 7,000 stairs, I was like, oh, that man should not be breathing right now. Like he should be like struggling to breathe. Like
Denzel walked up the stairs, man. He walked up those 8 stairs that they filmed, and everything else. He got like they put him on a bracket, and they flew him with a helicopter and put him in place. That's it.
Tied a bunch of drones together and lifted him up.
There's no way.
Yeah. But like I said, the ending was satisfying. It wasn't like a great ending. It was like I felt happy for what's his name?
McCall.
Robert McCall.
I felt happy for him. And I think a movie like that should be happy. It shouldn't be like a crazy big, explosion ending kind of thing. But I felt happy, for him. And satisfying, I think, is a good way to put it. Cool.
Yeah, I was wondering if we were gonna get like a Logan style ending where they kill off the character.
Yeah, or even like John Wick.
John Wick, yeah,
John Wick kind of thing. Which is a thing they usually do with
Denzel don't die in movies, bro.
Bitch. All right, so Steve Russell said had to leave to avoid spoilers. All right.
Gotcha,
So we're gonna do our ratings now. So our ratings we'll keep our ratings
spoiler free.
Yeah. So right here at Spoiler Kings, we do everything nice and easy when it comes to our ratings. Now, later, never. Now means you have to go check it out right now before it gets spoiled or ruined. Later means wait till it's on streaming, and never means just skip it all together. Brandon, what are you giving Equalizer 3?
I could probably give this a now, I think. Especially if you're a fan of the if you're a fan of the Equalizer movies, it kind of goes without saying. And if you really know what to expect from the franchise, if you enjoy the franchise, definitely go see it in the theater. Even if you just like straightforward action, I think this delivered, despite it kind of dragging here and there. But it certainly gave me what I was expecting. And I had a fun time overall with it. And if this is really the final chapter, like they're touting in the trailers, I think they did good enough with it. So yeah, I could give this a now.
Okay. Cool. How about you, Brian?
Denzel could do whatever, and I'm gonna say now. Like literally, first of all, it's funny because there's nothing good coming out like for the rest of the year. There's nothing epic that come out for the rest of the year. And because of that, this fall, you're going to have these smaller movies doing great. So as I said, like Denzel, this makes in a 4-day Labor Day weekend, it's going to make over $40 million for this movie. Which is great. It's Denzel. I don't care if it's Denzel Washington, John David Washington, Malcolm Washington, Pauletta Washington. It don't matter if it was Washington, George Washington. I don't care if it's any of them. Like I would watch anything with them in it if Denzel's going to be there, and it's definitely a now for me. I'm the first in line, and I enjoyed it, and it's done well. And if it's a good movie done well with Denzel in it, come on, man. If you haven't seen it, you're missing on something. So,
yeah,
super now.
Yeah, and I'm giving it now too. Like if you like the Equalizer 1 or 2. either one or both, you're definitely gonna like this one. It's action, it's good action, visuals are amazing. It's so fun. This is a fun time, good time watching a great actor being just a good guy doing bad things for the right reasons.
Yeah.
I kind of love seeing that stuff where it's like, yeah, he shouldn't be doing that, but F those guys. They kind of deserve it, So
Hey, he warned him.
definitely
He
gotta
warned
start.
him.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, and then having Denzel kind of have this little trilogy, for him, with the Equalizer trilogy. I've definitely given it an out. It was a lot of fun. And then loosely tying it to Man on Fire just because of the fanning and Washington, kind of thing was kind of cool. But yeah, it was fun. Definitely go watch it now. I think you're gonna have fun in the theater. And like Brian said, like, well, what else are you gonna go see?
Yeah.
Barbie for the 5th time. So
it literally took Denzel, a movie with Denzel, to defeat Barbie. That's what it took. It's the only one that can slay that dragon.
Yeah. So Rotten Tomatoes. Ooh, dang. So the tomato meter, only 99 reviews, only 99 critics watch this movie. That's crazy. And they gave it a 75, which is wow. But a lot of them are, from what I'm seeing, it's very formulaic story, stuff like that, which it is, but it doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah.
Being very, formula driven and what's coming doesn't mean like
as long as you
it's
deliver.
Exactly.
Yeah, it boils down to the execution of it.
Exactly. I agree.
No pun intended.
Yeah. But the audience score, 1,000 verified rating audience members gave it a 95%. So obvious. The people, this is made for the fans of the series, of Denzel, of action fans. So yeah, this 95% from the audience. So that makes sense. 75, I was kind of surprised, but yeah, it's fun. You, like Brandon said, what you're going into. You know what you're gonna check it out. You're gonna, what you're getting when you see it. So.
Exactly. And I mean, making over $40 million in a weekend, Labor Day weekend, is one of the highest Labor Day weekends we've seen from anybody. And of course, Denzel's the one who delivers on it. So I thought that was exactly what you want, and I'm happy that you're seeing these numbers.
Yeah.
$42+ million 4-day opening.
That's good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Holiday weekend. Yeah. Take that, knock Barbie off of that throne of hers. So, but now I think that's it. I think we talked about it. So like I said, if you're watching on live, stick around. But if you're watching on replay, hit that like button. If you like what we're doing here, hit that subscribe button so you can join us, like Jason did with his thoughts and opinions on this movie, and definitely Movie Time Minute. Appreciate the super chat. So make sure you go check out those guys and everyone else always joining us in chat with See For Yourself, Horror Geek, and so many others. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and you can join us as well. But appreciate everyone hanging out with us in chat and in the comments. Leave a comment, let us know what you think about this movie. But I think that is it for our Equalizer 3 review. Appreciate you guys.